Sou'ad Shalaby, the former Assistant to Foreign Minister for African Affairs. A very good afternoon to you, Madam Ambassador.
Good afternoon.
Thank you very much for joining us, ma'am. First and foremost, of course, President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi on Tuesday held summit talks with his Algerian counterpart, Abdelmajid Tebboune, who is on a two-day official visit to Egypt. Tell us a bit about the importance of this visit, especially with regards to cementing ties between the two countries, ma'am.
The Egyptian-Algerian relations go back 60 years, and they are very strong and friendly relations. And there had been presidential visits before, and now it is very important, this visit, because of the cooperation that has to take place between Egypt and Algeria in order to face the troubles that are taking place in Libya. The situation in Libya is very dangerous because the elections will take place very soon, and Egypt is western borders, and Algeria's eastern borders are with Libya. So it is very important that the situation in Libya normalizes, and that the two countries, Egypt and Algeria, decide on equal, be on the same page regarding this situation in Libya, and of course fighting the mercenaries and fighting the terrorists who are waiting to take part in the elections and to spoil the atmosphere of the elections. So Egypt and Algeria are facing another problem, which is the agreement between Israel and Morocco, and of course Egypt and Algeria both are against this normalization of relations because of the Palestinian issue. Because as we all know, that the Palestinians' rights are not respected, and the UN resolutions are not respected. So Egypt and Algeria are. This is on the bilateral also relations should cooperate in order to have the same position against the normalization of relations with other Arab countries, and also to stress on the rights of the Palestinians.
Yes. Indeed, Madam Ambassador, you mentioned very important points that were discussed between the two leaders, the Palestinian issue, the situation in Libya. Also, another issue touched on the talks was the development with regards to the Ethiopian dam and Egyptian water rights to the Nile waters. And the Algerian president himself said, you know, he appreciates Egypt's patience and negotiations with the Ethiopian side with regards to the dam and the filling and operation of the dam. How important is this point of discussion between the two leaders, especially with regards to garnering more support for Egypt and its water rights?
Well, as you know, that there has been a lot of discussions between the northern African countries about their position regarding the Ethiopian dam.
Yes.
And even in the Arab League and the African Union, there had been a lot of mediation support for the three countries, Egypt, Sudan, and Ethiopia.
Indeed.
And Algeria has been supporting Egypt's position all the way in order to have proper mediation in order to gain the rights for the water of the Nile after the Renaissance Dam has been constructed against the will of the Egyptian people and the Egyptian authority.
Yes.
So now Algeria is trying to mediate with Ethiopia in order to have a reconciliation on that part of on this problem that is taking much more much more importance than it should actually, because now there are many other important issues that are taking place, and Ethiopia is not stable, and we are Egypt and Sudan also is not stable. So Egypt is in a very difficult position. So it needs the support of the northern African countries and maybe the whole of the Arab countries.
Absolutely. Madam Ambassador, now also this is the Algerian president's first visit to Egypt since he assumed the presidency in 2019. What is the significance of the timing of this visit, in your opinion, Madam Ambassador, and how far is this visit of paramount importance to Algeria, which is also preparing to host the Arab Summit next March?
Yes, there is an invitation for all the Arab countries to meet in Algeria in March.
Yes.
But still, it has not been confirmed regarding some issues in some countries are not able to attend. So it is not yet confirmed. But the two countries, Egypt and Algeria, are supporting each other's opinion on that. They want to unite all the African countries in North African countries in order to gain the support for Libya's elections and try to stop the interference of the international powers. It is very important, the timing, because of the Libyan election and because of the instability of in Sudan. There has to be interference in order to normalize the relations in Sudan and have a civil government that is accepted by all international all the countries and the international world. So it is possible that the summit will take place, but maybe a little later, or when they get a confirmation from all the countries, all the Arab countries. So the timing is very important, so that the issues that are on the table are discussed.
Yes, absolutely. Madam Ambassador, also we've seen in today's press conference, President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi affirming Egypt's keenness to develop relations with Algeria in various fields and boost cooperation, construction, as well as development between the two countries. How do you see the horizons of cooperation between the two countries, and what are the economic opportunities for investment between the two countries?
Well, there are very strong economic relations and military cooperation. Egypt and Algeria have maybe, Egypt has 32 investment projects in Algeria that are almost $5 million, and there are a lot of also trade that takes place between both countries. And also there had been the military fair that took place in 2021, and the two countries have managed to do military cooperation, and they are looking towards security of the regional security and cooperation in the field of intelligence sharing, and also in economic cooperation, of course. And future-wise, there will be a sale for military equipment, and closer ties with the two governments in that field.
Madam Ambassador, the two leaders expressed their keenness to activate the joint bilateral committees to promote relations towards broader prospects and activate them at the level of Prime Minister and Foreign Minister. How important are these joint committees in this regard, ma'am?
Of course, the joint committees are very important for businessmen and for the different ministers who are discussing how to cooperate in both fields, military and economic fields. And the best way is the joint committee that has taken place before in order to coordinate the regional security.
Yes.
It will take place again now during the visit of His Excellency the President of Algeria, and hopefully there will be more political, economic, and cultural relations strengthened in this joint committee.
Absolutely. I'd like to thank you very, very much, Madam Ambassador Sou'ad Shalaby, former Assistant Foreign Minister for African Affairs. Thank you so much, ma'am, for your time and your insight. Ladies and gentlemen, a short break and we'll be right back. Do stay tuned.